Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I wanted to talk about something often mentioned in passing, but not often focused on in the Gacha space. And that, my friends, is tribalism. Now, what is tribalism? Well, Merriam-Webster defines tribalism as a tribal consciousness and loyalty, or a strong in-group loyalty often combined with a negative view of outsiders. So, in other words, if you're not with us, you're against us. Now, this has become a real problem in the gacha space as of late, mainly because of people's reactions to the Candybug video. Has Genshin Impact always been this weird and bad? If you haven't seen it yet, it's a great video where a member of the Genshin Impact community describes their falling out of love arc with Genshin Impact and gives their opinion on Hoyoverse's storytelling and character design. I'll put a link to the video in the description here. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend going to watch that first, maybe browse the comments and get a little bit of a taste of what I'm talking about here, and then come back and watch this video after. But the main thing I wanted to focus on today was the internet's reaction to this video. Since posting this video, Candybug has received multiple death threats. She has been doxxed and has also been accused of being racist for comments she made about the character designs in the Natlan region of Genshin Impact. Now, if you did go watch that video at all, you'll realize how absurd and unnecessary the Genshin Impact's community reaction was to this. There is zero reason to have this kind of reaction towards someone who made a video giving an opinion you don't agree with. People have become so terminally tribal that they believe the game itself is part of their identities and that an attack on their favorite game is an attack on them personally. They believe any form of criticism, constructive or not, is something to be offended by. They so eagerly hop to the front lines to defend the motherland from someone that they don't realize is actually advocating for improvements to be made to the game for everyone's benefit, including their own. That's one of the funniest things to me to observe from the outside looking in on a situation like this. A rational person will look at a game like Genshin Impact and say, hey, this game doesn't give enough free pulls to even hit the 50-50 on a new banner for a free-to-play character. We should probably get some more, don't you think? And then the tribalists come in and say some wild stuff like, off with their heads, long live the billion-dollar company. And it's just so funny because it seems like they don't want more free rewards and benefits, even though they've been a loyal customer for years to a company like Hoyoverse. But I'm not just here to point fingers at the Hoyoverse fans. This is a problem with not only Genshin Impact's community, but also Wuthering Waves', ZZZ's, Arknight's Enfield's, Neverness to Everness's, and I'm sure it will be like that for Silver Palace's too. This incident with Candybug has really made it apparent how bad the tribalism has become in the gacha space, and I just don't really see a reason for it. Someone's opinion of your favorite game does not affect you in any way whatsoever. It might make you angry to hear someone shitting on your favorite thing, sure. But at the end of the day, you can just turn off the video and move on with your life. Everyone's day today is already so full of stress and other bullshit that they have to deal with and they can't get away from. So why are we turning your escape from that bullshit into another source of anger for you? I would assume most people play multiple gacha games in the Big Six anyways. You go from arguing and threatening people from each other's communities, then you shut your browser and go play the game you were just talking shit on. It doesn't make sense. I am someone who primarily plays Arknight's Enfield, one of the most hated games in the space right now. Other communities say things like, the gacha system is horrible, so the game is bad, and there is nothing to do in the game, and it's boring, or saying the game is performing poorly, and it's going to end of service soon. Now, some of these things I agree with, and some of these things I don't. And yeah, some of these things people say annoy me and sit in my mind for a while. But regardless of what people say to me, I just choose not to engage with it and just go play Arknight's Enfield and have fun. Then I'll log into Wuthering Waves and play Wuthering Waves, or log into Genshin and play Genshin sometimes if something looks new and interesting to me. I'll watch content for any gacha game CC that looks interesting to me, and if I don't like what they're saying, I just turn it off and move on. I think more people need to implement a mindset like this into their day-to-day lives, and as a community, we should strive to become less toxic presenting to outsiders. The only way the space can grow and thrive is if we attract as many people as possible to come play our favorite games. But what people end up seeing is a bunch of crabs in a bucket pulling each other back down. No one would find that appealing, and no one wants to get involved with a player base like that. That's kind of all I wanted to talk about today. I hope this video can at least reach one person and convince them to, take the high road in these situations and just turn off the video. You don't have to leave that comment. You don't have to leave that death threat. You can just disagree and be okay with it. But let me know your guys' perspectives on this one. I'm curious to see people's thoughts. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers right now, and I've been working hard to pump out content. So if you guys like my videos, please consider subscribing. I mainly make Arknight's Enfield content, but I aspire to branch out to the other gacha games as well, and also speak on current events in the space and, all kinds of things like that. So, if that's stuff you guys like, I'm here for it, and I'd appreciate you guys subscribing and checking out the channel. Bye-bye.